I'm Gabby Wallace, and this is Go Natural English. I have a problem, and I think you can relate to it. It's actually a good thing. I love learning languages, but the problem is sometimes it's hard to fit that into my busy schedule. One thing I started doing recently that has been a really good solution is meeting with my language teacher online. So it's funny, I live in Tokyo, Japan this year, and Japanese speakers are everywhere around me every day. I'm totally immersed in the environment, but I still find it difficult to progress in my Japanese language skills. So I decided to get on a website called italki and find a Japanese teacher. So she also lives in Japan, but about 3 or 4 hours south of me. And we meet on Skype in the mornings before I go to work. So this has actually been a really convenient way to get help with my Japanese. Because the thing is, I have friends who speak Japanese, I have coworkers who speak Japanese, but our relationship is not a teacher-student relationship. So I can't really bother them with my questions all the time about Japanese language. So I think you can relate to this problem because with learning English, you might have friends or colleagues who speak English, but your relationship is not teacher-student. So you realize after time, even though you could practice English with them or you could ask them your questions, that's not really a relationship. And so it doesn't work out for you to try to make them your teacher. So your friends are your friends, your coworkers are your coworkers, and your teacher is your teacher. You know, we have certain relationships with people, and it just works. For me at least, it really works to have a special person who is my teacher. And because I have a busy schedule, getting online and having an online language lesson at 7 a.m., it works for me. So the thing is with online lessons, you can make them at any time. So I have 3 tips that I've figured out through meeting with different online language teachers. I have some tips for how to get the most out of your online language lessons. So you sign up for maybe a 30-minute or an hour lesson on italki. And by the way, I do have a special coupon through italki that I want to share with you. It's my favorite site for learning language, and so I'm able to offer a special voucher to you through my connection with italki. So it is a 2-for-1 language lesson. So you take your first lesson, you sign up, take your first lesson. It might cost around $10 depending on the teacher, and then you get a voucher for $10 cash back, which you can use on a second lesson. So to get that deal, go to gonaturalenglish.com/italki. It's ITALKI .com. gonaturalenglish.com/italki. So that's the only place that you can get this special deal through Go Natural English and get a free ebook with the 100 most common phrases in English. So you could use this ebook in your first online English lesson if you would like to. Now, let me share the 3 tips for getting the most out of your online language lesson. Number 1, I want you to think about, write down, and know what you want to be able to do, say, and or understand in English. And I want you to communicate that with your teacher. Your teacher can only help you with these things if he or she knows exactly what you want to learn. So think about it. Don't go into your lesson with no idea, because then your teacher is going to do his best to help you, but the lesson will be way more effective. You'll get a lot more out of it if you go in with a game plan. So know what you want to say or do or understand in English and to whom, or with whom are you going to be saying or doing or understanding? Who do you want to understand? Okay, number 2, I want you to think about those points that you want to learn and study them first on your own, right? Use the internet or use your resources to study this point first so you have kind of an introduction. You're not going into the lesson totally blind. Study first and then write down several questions or maybe examples that you'd like to know if they're correct or not. Bring that to your lesson. Bring your questions, bring your examples, and see if you can get some good answers. Number 3, during your lesson, how to get the most out of it. Well, obviously, pay attention, but make it interactive. Your lesson should not just be a lecture. And in my experience, I had a really great class for Japanese, for Turkish, for Portuguese. I had really great classes where they were very interactive. And I think it helps to take notes on the key phrases that you'd like to remember. But also, you could ask your teacher if it's okay to record either audio or video of your session. They may or may not say yes, but that's an alternative or in addition to taking notes. And so another thing about being interactive is I want you to, when your teacher shows you some new phrases, immediately repeat those phrases after him. Use the phrases several times throughout the lesson. You could try to make your own example and check with the teacher if you're using the phrase correctly, or the phrase, the vocabulary word, the grammar points, whatever it may be. So use it immediately. So the 3 points again are: 1, know what you want to be able to do or say or understand. 2, prepare. So study first and then bring your questions to your teacher. And 3, take notes and interact during your lesson. So make it active. Don't just sit back and expect to listen passively. Now, before we wrap up this episode, I have a couple of bonus points. One is ask your teacher in advance if it's okay to record your session and let them know that it's just for you to study with. And also, I think it's beneficial to meet at least once a week, if not 3 or 4 or 5 times a week. You're not going to see much improvement if you don't meet at least once a week with your online tutor. So in my experience, it's a great way to maintain or improve your language skills by meeting with a tutor online. And I've had nothing but good experiences with my teachers on italki. So I really recommend that you try it out. You really have nothing to lose with the special offer that italki is offering through Go Natural English at gonaturalenglish.com/italki. And I'd love to know how it goes for you. So let me know what you think about your online lessons and also what you think about this episode and the 3 points that help you to make the most out of your online lessons. All right, so I love to hear from you. Don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe to Go Natural English so you can get all the episodes without forgetting, without missing out. So that's all for today. Let's talk soon. Bye for now.